Wizards without Russell Westbrook, but no problem as they had Bradley Beal. Look at that move. The guard put up a near triple-double, 34, 8, and 9. The Wizards beat the Suns by 21. Moving along, the Grizzlies knocked off the Cavaliers 101-91 thanks to Dylan Brooks' 21 points. Memphis improves to 4-0 this season when Brooks scores 20 points in a game. The Hawks able to beat up on the short-handed 76ers 112-94. Trae Young had been cold from the outside the last two games, 0 for 8 from 3, but busted out of it with 26 points in the win. The Kings outshoot the Pacers and win by 5. Harrison Barnes had a season-high 30, while De'Aaron Fox contributed 21, and that left-handed jam to seal the game in the final minute. And the Hornets ran away from the Knicks, beat them by 21. Gordon Hayward led all scorers with 34 points. 28 of them came in the first half, which is a career high for Gordon. Tomorrow night on ESPN, our NBA doubleheader starts with Kevin Durant and the Nets going across the river, visiting the Knicks, 7:30 Eastern, followed by Zion and the Pelicans visiting Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. NBA Countdown tips off our coverage 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Back to the NFL Sunday showdown between the Bucs and Saints is going to be a must-see. Brady and Breeze, the two oldest starting QBs in the NFL, do either have another Super Bowl run left. The Saints swept both meetings during the regular season. Breeze has won 5 of the 7 career matchups against Brady, but Sunday's game will be the first playoff meeting between the two future Hall of Fame QBs. Bucs coach Bruce Arians had a feeling he'd get another chance in the Superdome this season.
Our guys are ready to play anybody, anywhere. Saturday night, that's for sure. And, we all kind of had a feeling we knew where we were going. So it was just get yourself rested up, and this extra day is going to help get rested up because it's going to be a physical battle.
We understand how good they're playing right now, looking at the film and the way they've played in the last month and a half. And, when the playoffs come and you're playing a division opponent like this, it's a whole new season. It's entirely different.
With that, we welcome in our Super Bowl 41 champ, Jeff Saturday. Jeff, we just heard Sean Payton say at this point we are in a whole new season, but it has to be hard to forget the Saints, and they did dominate the Buccaneers in each of their first 2 meetings. What do you think is going to be the key to Tampa Bay to finally move past the Saints on Sunday?
Yeah, the protection of Tom Brady. And you heard Sean Payton just say it. This is a completely different team since the bye week a few weeks ago for Tampa Bay. Their idea of how they're going to protect Tom Brady has changed. Listen, whether it's 6 offensive linemen in the game, whether it's keep Gronk in to protect, whether it's a back chipping out of the backfield, you name it, the pocket has been super clean, and you've seen their offensive numbers soar. Sean Payton understands that the defensive line for the New Orleans Saints have completely dominated this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. So can the Bucs turn this around? Give Brady protection, because at the end of the day, the Bucs are going to have to put points up to keep in line with the Saints. Saints are going to score. Can they keep this track meet close by protecting Tom Brady? And again, all the records, and this is 100% true, what Sean Payton just said and what BA just said. The truth is, when you hit the playoffs, all what happened in the past means nothing.
Clean slate right now. Now, Brady and Breeze are the two oldest quarterbacks to ever face off in the postseason. Meanwhile, we got the 2 youngest QBs remaining in this year's playoffs, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Jeff, you've got 2 dual threat guys, with Allen having the better arm and Jackson the faster legs. What will this one come down to in Buffalo?
Oh, Buffalo's D-line and how they can man up with this Ravens offensive line. And Tony, you just said it. The ability for Lamar Jackson to take a game over with his legs was on full display against the Tennessee Titans. And everybody wonders, hey, can a quarterback beat you? He doesn't have to beat you with his arm. If he can beat you with his legs, it doesn't change anything, right? Touchdowns are touchdowns. John Harbaugh said it before the Titans game. He doesn't care how they have to get it done. They want to make this an ugly, physical game. That means, can the defensive line of the Buffalo Bills stand up to that Ravens offensive line? And listen, they have gotten better as the year progressed. Now, they haven't beaten a bunch of good defenses up until this past weekend, but this has been a fun team to watch grow throughout the season. Looking forward to this one, I can tell you.
Indeed, indeed. Now, by the way, Buffalo is currently a 3-point favorite at home for Saturday night's game. Jeff Saturday, as always, thank you for the insight.
Thanks, Tony.
The only people that had a better night than the Alabama football team last night with the Vegas odds makers. The over-under for last night's game was 75. The final number was 76. Bama gets over on Ohio State, and Nick Saban continues to get over on the rest of college football. Doesn't he ever get tired? No. And in this pandemic-plagued season, no surprise that Saban buckled down better than anyone else. Here's Ryan McGee with that story.
For a moment, let's set aside everything Nick Saban accomplished prior to 2020. While we're at it, heck, let's shelve everything Bear Bryant did too. All of their previous wins, their 12 national titles, anything done before this year. Because what Saban and the Crimson Tide just did might very well be the most impressive season ever posted by what was already considered the greatest college football program there's ever been.
Championship unlike any before. Alabama, an emphatic champion in 2020.
The Tide ran the table for just the second time in Saban's 14 seasons.
Undefeated.
And they did it playing an all-SEC regular season schedule.
Time to eat, baby.
They beat 5 teams who won bowl games. And in the college football playoff, they defeated the 2 leading candidates to challenge them for that greatest program ever title, Notre Dame and Ohio State. They did all of the above with style.
Hurtling is Harris. Devontae. Oh, my goodness.
Ranked among the national leaders in nearly every major offensive category all season long, producing 3 of the top 5 Heisman vote getters.
Smith, Jones, Harris. The triplets are tough to stop.
2 Heisman finalists.
The best players for Alabama are the best in all college football.
And the announcement, please.
Winner of the Heisman Trophy, Devontae Smith.
All of that would be impressive in any year. But when placed within the context of this year, it feels like a miracle. No spring practice. A season that started a month late after the commissioner said it might not start at all. An Iron Bowl played without Saban. A near-empty stadium. A moved Rose Bowl. The constant looming threat of a shutdown. The stress was as relentless as the Alabama offense.
Stay focused on what you need to do to keep getting the results that we want.
But the Tide didn't merely survive the 2020 college football season. They rolled over.
Alabama does it. Absolute perfection.
Posting the most perfect season in the middle of this most imperfect year.
Nick Saban's probably already on to next year. So are we. Our Mark Schlabach released his annual way too early top 25 on ESPN.com. Doesn't have Alabama as the favorite. That goes to Clemson with the Crimson Tide there at 2. Over the last 3 years, 11 of the 15 teams that were in the top 5 of these initial rankings ended up being preseason top 5 in the AP poll.
Coming up, this alley-oop has a lot of style points, without a doubt, but will it be enough to garner the #1 spot in the top